of what it picks up better.
Yeah.
Like it picks up my voice like dominant, and then
all over here half the time. Well, speak up. You have to talk up. Can't hear you.
Yeah, and then people go, "Oh, well, Destiny's a background character. That's all she is." Because apparently I'm lighter tone, so now I'm trying to talk like this.
yeah. See
that whole rigmarole.
Rigmarole.
So we're live.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm gonna start it. What you wanna? You ready to go?
Ready.
Welcome to the Better Than Being Bored podcast with your host and hostess, Bo Henry
and Destiny Andrews.
Today we are recording episode
19.
She got it right.
Yeah,
she's on it now.
I mess up a lot, but I'm working on it.
She's on it. So we're recording episode 19.
Yep, we're doing this one live right now, but the audio will not be released until Sunday the 14th to keep our Sunday schedule going.
Right.
But
so, today we have a special guest. We have Cheetah Shine.
Woo!
Another local comedian out of the Mobile area.
Amateur aspiring comedian, let me say that.
Hey, I think that everybody's got to start somewhere. That's what we're all doing.
I definitely still consider myself amateur, especially the show that was at what was it, the Oyster City Brewery. Say the word Oyster City
Brewery.
Thank you. This past Saturday.
Up with the guy from Lafayette, right?
Yeah. And they did so well. And the guy that was the main event, he did so well. I'm sitting here like, I am not a comedian. I am not good. It is official.
I think him and that other guy that was with him, they're pretty seasoned. I haven't had a chance to make it out to Lafayette.
They did great. I got stickers. They have stickers together, so I guess they're touring together.
Okay.
It says We're Dying Down Here, stand-up comedy podcast. Oh, well, I guess that's their podcast, but it's both of them are on.
They got a Jeff Ross. What's the other guy's name that was on Comedy Central years ago? Jeff Ross and
I'm not
blocked
sure.
me. I hadn't watched Comedy Central since
Dave Attell. That's one thing about. They got a Jeff Ross, Dave Attell thing going on.
Dave Attell?
Attell. Attell.
That's what I heard.
Check him out.
He's
going places.
Okay, cool.
So I mean, I'm not going to initiate any conversation.
Well, we can talk about throwing tomatoes because you ended up jumping in last minute as a competitor in the throwing tomatoes competition.
Yeah, like two people hadn't showed up, so they asked me if I, compete.
Yeah.
Who was there?
Yeah, and when you got up there, they're like, "What's gonna be your winning pose?" You're like, "I'm not gonna win. I want to head out like right now."
Yeah, I said even if I didn't make it past the first round, I pretty much forfeit the second round. But I always feel some type of way I didn't make it past the first round. I have more in my tank than that.
Well, I bet.
I had a few too many plastic tomatoes thrown at me.
Don't feel bad. I had all of them thrown at me the second round.
Y'all keep going. I'll be right back.
So I think I had like 5 thrown at me. So I counted 5 thrown at you. There was only 5.
Only five fucking people in there.
Yeah. It ended up being a slower night for us that night.
But that was the first night. Well, first grand opening, grand closing. Come find out.
Oh, well, no, they
kicked 2 real to the curb because of a little altercation there.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, Destiny tell you?
No, nobody told me. I didn't realize.
I just happened to find out because I hit him up on a messenger It's like, yeah, man, he showed me where like the people didn't really tell him to his face. They texted him on his Facebook talking about that was the worst thing you ever seen. You lost money, blah 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 blah.
Oh man. Well, it's a show, man. It happens. And yeah, it got a little heated there.
Yeah.
It got a little heated. I was not paying attention at all when that happened.
You weren't necessarily expecting something like that to happen because it's just just happened right off the rip, you know.
Yeah, like
And that guy that was fucking with Krangus, he was just telling me, you know, man, it takes a lot of balls to be a comedian, blah blah blah. You know, Krangus up there 15 seconds maybe.
yeah.
Fuck your mama, you motherfucker, blah blah blah.
Oh yeah, he went all in.
Oh, you still got something?
Yeah, well, that one's got a little fuzz on it. I didn't put the fuzz on it though. These came right out of the box. They are your participation trophies.
Oh, is that what this is?
Yeah, well, I mean, that's what Crane gets called it because I was like, oh, Terrell, I want to. I've got one more for Thomas. I said, oh, Terrell, I want to grab some of these and take them home and give them to the people who participated and be like, look, you get the tickets, it's your trophy. Which I told him I was going to do that myself. Anyhow, mine is over there by that book. Y'all can even see it from here. And Krangus was right there. He said, oh, the participation trophy generation strikes again.
I guess it makes sense that he win. He's pretty much the most seasoned of anybody.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
a producer. He has to come up with stuff every night.
I
Not
felt,
every night, once a week.
I felt it was a little rigged whenever I realized he was in the show. I was like, ah, come on.
I mean,
But
it wasn't rigged. He was in it, so he's probably going to win. That's pretty much all he's to it.
I mean,
at one point I was a little surprised he ended up winning. I thought this was going to win for real.
Yeah, because he did. He referenced the same thing three times in a row.
You kind of had the best crowd response.
Well, the one lady that wanted to throw the tomatoes at Krangus was in the bathroom during the voting, so she technically would have won.
Mm-hmm.
Good thing that one guy didn't have any tomatoes, and it would have been a fight for real.
Yeah. Right? Oh,
he would have been throwing like baseballs.
Yeah. Well, I mean, y'all know Krangus had to be invited to it because it was a comedy competition. He's very clearly a good performer because he's got his own thing. And then even more so, it was in Mississippi. So he took one of the best performers that are in Mississippi and put them in a comedy competition.
Yeah, and Krangus has a following. I mean, so I mean it strategy wise, as far as like getting people in the door, it was a good move. So I don't blame that.
You know, they do a podcast. They interviewed the comedian that got the beer thrown at her last year, Ariel Ellis. I think
you know what? That name strikes something, but I don't.
She came from Bill years ago. You never would have heard from her then. You probably still in high school back then, but
I graduated in 2014.
2014.
Yeah.
I know that was right around the time I saw her for the first time. She never really came back to Mobile, but you know, it was like a video of her. She just like vaguely talked about politics at all. You know, somebody in the crowd was like, "Oh, you don't like Trump? You don't like Trump?" You know, and she's like, God. Whatever. You know, I didn't mention the guy's name. Like 2 seconds later, they throw a fucking like half full beer at her.
What?
And just barely missed her. She fucking picks up the ground, starts drinking on it.
Well,
that video was viral. She's been on Jimmy Kimmel since then. She's been on what's the other? Stephen Colbert. She's been on there since then.
Oh shit! Apparently, I just need somebody to throw a beer at me. But I don't talk
politics. I think she was just in Lafayette last week because they interviewed her. I haven't listened to it yet.
I didn't know about that.
Yeah.
I'll throw a beer at you the next time.
You couldn't throw a tomato at Krangus. Do we need to go back to?
Oh no, we've already done this.
Okay.
Let's just stick to gel-filled plastic tomatoes.
I like.
Don't give nobody in Alabama no ideas.
I was over there mad at this man here. I said they're going. I'm like, oh, it's got sound.
Using
macaroni in a pie.
Using it for a blood pressure thing.
Oh, yeah. Speaking of macaroni. Hey, Angela.
Really? That's what? Oh yeah. My mother sent me a voice message trying to sound like a sultry black woman talking about how her pussy is warm, and if you got a cold dick, she can warm it up. And so I'm sitting there going, I can't listen to this anymore. That's my mother. And then but Bo was crushing on her, and Bo was right next to me when I got it. I said, Bo, listen to this. I didn't expect him to listen to the whole thing, but he sure did.
I did.
It's like a minute and a half of him chuckling and blushing over there. He said, tell your mama I want breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
That's what I'm saying.
I got a few voice messages on OnlyFans. Didn't even have to pay for most.
That's funny.
Oh.
I love the videos you send me, by the way.
Oh, the last one I was just flipping through Facebook, just happened to see that.
Is
Like some
patriotic, big white women. And I love that you were just like the pro body positivity thing, and I'm gonna put it like that, okay?
you didn't even see the caption above the video, did you?
No, what was
it? Said what something about what the fuck is the metric system or something like that.
We bringing out kilograms over here.
DJ.
What do you expect for their actions to be like? Good day, mate. They don't sound like that. They sound country as hell.
See, I mean,
turn the volume up.
I can't. Put it right there. Love the shit you send me. Real deal.
I'm glad of it.
It says, how can you not love the South? I saw a picture that was a woman that was wearing a rebel flag bikini, and she was really, really skinny, and her titties were real big, and the top caption was, man, her family is lucky as fuck. There we go. I was letting it marinate.
I was waiting for anything to come after it. It's like,
no.
It's there.
It is what it is.
You say Kobe.
The good old standby of incest.
Yeah.
In the deep South.
Yeah. I mean, speaking of, have you seen any of the Fallout series? The first episode, they're sitting there like, she's like, oh, I'm gonna get married. I'm so excited. I'm so tired of doing cousin stuff. Now I get to have the real stuff.
Oh God.
Yeah, you haven't seen it yet, have
you?
No.
There's an Elvis movie. I haven't seen it. I might have ever seen it. It was called Kissing Cousins.
It's called Kissing Cousins.
Yep.
Wow.
Oh my gosh.
Some guy on YouTube, he made a whole like an hour and a half long video about like reviewing Elvis movies and like the impact of Elvis movies. If I could tell you his screen handle, I would. I can't think of it right now.
My daddy was like, I cried when Elvis died. He also cried when Janie Lane died.
Oh yeah.
Do you know who Janie Lane is?
The singer from Warrant.
Correct. Yeah. Do you know how he passed?
He killed himself, didn't he?
Technically, but also technically not. I mean, he just allowed himself to die. There were pills in his room, food taken to his room, but the only thing that was in his system was alcohol, and the only thing that was on his person was a note that said, I am Janie Lane. And my dad, after Janie Lane passed, my dad had me, him and my mother had just separated, so this wasn't a good time for him to lose an idol. And now he's got me in his bedroom watching TV on his telly, going, you gotta watch this video. It's whenever they really made themselves into the rock industry, and then just like telling me all this stuff. Oh, it's just before he passed, his daughter, it's like he tried calling him and saying, hey, I love y'all. And they're like, fuck you, Dad, get sober and come talk to us. And since he just like allowed himself to die, they're like, oh, well, maybe we shouldn't have practiced tough love.
Was he diabetic?
No, I don't know. I don't know that.
I think he was.
Well, I mean, it do what it do, and I think my daddy wants to be like Janie Lane.
And back in the days before I discovered like punk and metal and all that, that was really, I didn't know anybody and didn't have access to anything except like radio. I didn't have MTV or nothing unless I went to my aunt's house. That stuff like that was pretty much all it was.
Are you?
It's like listening to it now. It's like, man, this shit sucks.
Well, are you like what's your prime genre that you listen to?
Well, I was probably in the punk longer than anything. I mean, pretty much still am. I just don't really too much go to shows anymore.
What's your favorite band? If you could think of
Fear was my favorite for a long, long time. They were on a notorious episode of Saturday Night Live in the early '80s. Like they got asked not to come back. They reportedly destroyed like $50,000 worth of like stage equipment and stuff.
Oh hell!
Or the
Rock
people
on.
in the
That's like
South
3 pieces of equipment.
in 1981.
Yeah. God.
Rock on.
But I like their music first and foremost, like their so-called like persona, political stance or whatever is fairly harsh, Only if it ever comes up, or it never really seemed to come up before, but they kind of like I don't even like I think to a large extent they're just kind of kayfabing the conservative persona or whatever.
Okay.
So like people just, if I say I like Fear, people just tend to think just because I like the music, I agree with every little thing they say, but that's not really the case. As I did a fanzine for years, like I always try to, talk about the music first and whatever like political or social thing that the band or artist had going on,
Mm-hmm.
tackle that second,
Yeah.
Well, a lot of groups these days, like I've gone to Hangout Fest a couple years actually, and I believe I went in 18, 17, no, was it 18, 19, and 21. We had to skip 20 because it got canceled for COVID. But each of those years, there were multiple artists that at the end of their performance did some kind of political thing. Mostly, I think it was 21. They started referencing "My Body, My Choice," and there are multiple individuals, including Grandson did one. I love Grandson. He's kind of like an anarchy kind of musician. And he did a thing about that, and that was strong, but nobody did one as strong as Halsey. When she did her pro-choice announcement, it was just like, dude, I started crying. It was powerful. It was like, man, okay, I really hope more people understand. And of course, everybody leaves not understanding, but it is what it is.
I saw her, like, I never heard of her before. I saw her on Saturday Night Live a few years ago. I like that first song that she did, where she's like in a tight leather suit or tight vinyl suit or whatever. I like that a lot. I haven't really done a deep dive into her music, but
I like how all you remember about the song is their outfit.
No, I like the song. I really did.
Mm.
It was just
All right, here's
the outfit was made for you to remember it.
Oh, absolutely. And she's gorgeous too, whether she's got
Was
the
she in,
short hair or
Was
the
she supposed to
long.
be in that vaccine movie?
I'm not sure. Please tell me that was one of y'all on the chair and not the dog farting.
I don't know.
Oh God, it's Thor chewing his fingernails. I was so scared because I'm sure people have heard, but my dog's farts are horrible.
Mhm.
And he's right underneath all of us. You two would get shot first. So when y'all start running, I'm gonna go that way.
Well,
Yeah.
just in case I know who to blame.
Yeah.
The quick
Exactly. Yeah. No, it was the dog. Oh, he has farts that smell like really bad bologna. But who was? I think it was.
Some
Rage
people
Against-
don't smell that good, so.
That's fair. Rage Against the Machine, I think it was, has the "fuck you, I won't do what you tell me." Okay, so like they got invited on something that was like Saturday Night Live to perform, and they were doing that song, and they're like, "Hey, you can't say a bunch of cuss words and stuff. Like this is a family-oriented thing." And so while they're performing, he's sitting there, he's like, "I won't do what you tell you. I won't do what you tell me." And then he's like, "Fuck you, I won't do what you tell me." And everybody's like, "Oh God, cut it off, cut it off."
Better than that to be cut off a lip syncing like what you call sister.
Oh, Ashley
Yeah,
Stevens.
Oh, man.
She's like barely 30 seconds to the song and fucking she's like forgets the lyrics or something like that. You hear like
Yeah.
the track in the background. She just starts dancing a jig.
Oh,
like a
no.
Looney Tunes cartoon character.
Oh,
Just
man.
walks off stage, leaves the musicians just hanging there looking stupid.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah.
That's bad.
They that was when Jessica and Nick still had their TV show.
That's a long time ago now.
Yeah.
Like 04, I think.
It was a long time
yeah,
ago.
I'm trying to think on who Jessica and Nick are.
Jessica Simpson
Okay.
and Nick.
I don't know.
I couldn't.
And when he went in one
He
of
was
those
in a
boy bands?
boy band. Yeah, he was a
I don't
boy
know.
band guy.
Oh, well, I don't know.
Dukes of Hazzard.
Yes, he was in the
with
Dukes of
Johnny
Hazzard.
Johnny
Was
Knoxville.
it
and,
nearly as bad as people
I know
make
who
it out to
Jessica
be?
Simpson is.
Oh, yeah.
I definitely know who Jessica Simpson is, but
Yeah.
I don't know who this Nick feller is.
That's who she married.
Oh,
She was married to him,
you
and
better be hot.
they had a TV show on MTV about their life after they got married.
So did we get to witness why they got divorced?
A lot of stuff.
Oh, okay.
So
This is interesting.
yeah.
You ever do something petty after getting cheated on?
Yes.
Okay. He smiled. No?
That's get mad, I guess. I don't know.
I took all the the stems out of their tire. The tire stems all came out.
I know.
The whole stem, not just the cap?
No, like there's a tool you can get to take the center of the stem out, so there's no way to hold air.
So you just flattened all of their tires. Good luck.
I know one guy. He long time ago now. This guy,
And it's not destructive, so
not super attractive guy. I guess he had a really good looking girlfriend for a little while, and she left him for like this dude. Kind of looks like he'd be like a JCP model, a JC Penney model or whatever,
Okay.
you know. And he like keyed the dude's truck. I know of like quite a few slashed tires.
They say /3.
I know.
But,
I used to know a handful of piece of shit people.
it's like say I didn't slash the tires. I just took the tire stem out. So they just had to figure out that there was no tire stem in there.
why are my tires flat?
But you freak out when you walk out and all four are flat.
Oh, I know one thing. Again, a long time ago, I kind of sort of dated this girl, and it didn't really come to anything. And she still kind of hung around. And she started dating this other guy, and she was kind of really, rubbing my nose in it. So I pulled up to this dude's house. It was like there was all these little parties, and people just hanging out there. She was like dating the dude or whatever. I pulled up in my mom's car, like 80 something Pontiac J9000 station wagon or some shit like that. Look pretty, it's still in pretty decent shape. It was like late 90s. It looked pretty good or whatever. But anyway, like somebody just asked me, "Say, is that your car?" It's like, "No, it's my mom's car." And she's all like, "What? You driving your mom's car? Wait, why don't you get your shit together?" Blah blah blah. Like to me, I didn't say nothing. Like whatever. And maybe like a couple of weeks go by, whatever. A little party going on. And her and the dude mysterious like vanish. Right. I realized she left their shoes out, in the living room. Everybody's hanging out. So like I took them outside, pissed on them. Brought them back in the house.
There you go.
Put them back.
That's
The pissy ass shoes on this man's boy. That's a 2-in-1 right there.
that's a 2-in-1.
I didn't have nothing against him, but we've always been friendly,
Have you ever been best man at a wedding?
No.
No? Have you ever been a
I don't have enough social skills to know
I've been
somebody
a
until I get married.
bridesmaid, not like the maid of honor.
Look, I was a best man in a wedding, and we got to decorate the car.
Okay.
All right. We took sardines and laid them on the engine block. And then we put some inside of the air filter.
Whose car is this again?
This was the groom's car.
You really sent this man into his wedding smelling fucked up sardines.
We sent him off to his honeymoon with this. They got the driveway.
Fish.
He sold the car before he got back from the
I hope he
honeymoon.
were in a limousine or something for the actual wedding.
Oh, well, you're better off renting a limousine to drive off from the wedding, because if you have friends that are sadistic, they will tear up
Once
the
the
car.
bad smell gets in the car, it's hard to get it out.
Oh,
It's hard to get it out.
he stopped, washed the car, tried to find everything. He never looked inside the air filter. Before he came back, he sold the car. He traded it in.
That's crazy.
That car's probably in a landfill right now.
Probably.
It's an operational vehicle.
He was so mad. I don't blame him though.
I'm so happy not all of my friends are shitheads. You ain't getting anywhere near my car ever again.
I mean,
Just because I
the
know that.
dumbassery coming out of me.
Yeah. At least
Well,
I know.
The other wedding I was in, we put diaper cream. We spilled everything out in diaper cream on the windshield. So when he hit the windshield wipers,
it was
just
only
smeared.
smear.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Like Bordeaux's paste or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Boudreaux's butt face.
Boosters, butt face.
So he-
What I say, Bordeaux?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I don't know what it's pronounced.
Bordello's butt paste.
Yeah.
Sexy butt paste.
It's one of those things you have to get rubbing alcohol to get it off.
Or I mean, baby
It's
wipes
like
do the
saying-
job. It just takes a while.
Yeah. It was funny though.
No, that's awful.
Mhm.
That'll go on my list of passive aggressive things to do to someone.
We had condoms stuffed in all the vents. So whenever they turned the AC on, they all blew up.
I saw one where somebody.
That'd be convenient if they didn't make it all the way to the hotel or whatever, I guess.
Yeah.
The hair drama, slap some Bordeaux's butt paste on them or Boudreaux's butt paste on them.
It was good times. Good times.
Cheetah, do you have any kids?
No.
Okay.
No.
Well, I mean, I don't know much about you,
No.
so. Okay.
Don't want no kids.
No.
Don't have any kids.
Would you play the role?
I ain't helping
Sensei?
take care of nobody's kids.
Okay.
Oh,
He said
hey.
he ain't gonna be stepdaddy either.
He answered that question
Yeah.
right away.
No.
They have
Absolutely
people when I
not.
dated, like they had kids. They like, for the most part, their kids always seem to be in periphery. So
Periphery.
one lady I dated, she had like an adult daughter, like in her like 20s or whatever. They kind of
Oh yeah.
her pretty good. You don't really have to try and win them over.
Right.
They're grown.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was just trying to get the mic closer to you.
Oh, all right.
You're good. Because
Yeah.
I want you to be heard. I keep getting referred to as the background character, and you're our guest. So I want you to be heard for sure.
His voice is very dominant.
Yeah. I don't know.
Don't hear that one every day.
He's got that. He's got that low tone. It's picking up very well.
Okay. I must
The,
have some
to a mic
dainty little
anyway.
voice.
So don't want no kids. I understand that. I got two on
I'm
myself.
too much of a kid to be trying to take care of some children.
Would
know,
you
just
slide down a slide at a park?
Not now, I wouldn't.
Yeah.
I mean, like all my joints and I got like bad feet and
Yep.
kind of a bad back. I wouldn't try it now anyway.
Well, that's why I had kids. That way, when I go downhill, they have to take care of me.
Aw, my parents had kids. Well, I mean,
AARP at the playground.
my parents started having kids so that my dad could keep my mom. That was a baby trap.
Baby trap.
Yeah, that was
Yes.
me.
I would have trapped your mom like that.
Been a lot of-
That was back when she had the sleek body too. She had every model quality that was needed, except she needed to have her teeth worked on. So she was working a job as like a waitress, I do believe. trying to save up the money to get braces so that she could really take off her modeling career. And then my dad tracked her down, and this was in the 90s. So a lot to do to find somebody in California when you live here in Alabama. But he found her, he went and got to her, and then he knocked her up with me. That's how the story went.
Sorry, I had a chart. I just caught a Charlie
Good old
horse.
love story, huh?
Yeah, not much of a love story. Although I like telling the story on stage because, like, I was conceived in California as a baby trap, so I got a California soul. And then my parents were doing the do when my mother went into labor with me, so I was banged into life. And then my mother went into labor on Christmas, and they're like, "Give me a Christmas baby, give us a Christmas baby." And I was born the next morning, and I was like, "Great, Mom, I was born a disappointment. Gotcha."
So you born on 26?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, I hate my
Well, close enough, really. You always get a lot of presents for Christmas.
Well, see, my parents would do a relatively equal amount of presents for Christmas, and then I would get like one nice present. And there was one year, and I haven't brought this up in ages. It was my 8th birthday. I don't know why it stained me. Actually, yeah, I do. They got my sister's bikes for Christmas, right? Oh, yay, bikes for Christmas. And I didn't have a bike, but I was just, kind of like, okay, I guess I don't get a bike. They're like, oh, you have a bike. I'm like, but they have new bikes. And then on my birthday, I walk outside and they've got me a pretty purple bike. And I'm like, oh, yeah. And I go out and I hop on it and I fuck up initially because I didn't take the paper off. My dad's hollering down, "Come here, I need the paper." I'm like, "You could have took the paper off before." Well, then at some point, my parents come up to me and say, "Destiny, we have to take your bike back. We have to give you your sister Amber's bike because Santa brought Amber's bike and Santa doesn't take returns. So since Amber's bike is too big, we have to take your bike back and get a bike that is big enough for or small enough for Amber." And now that I'm an adult, I'm like, you could have just said freaking Santa takes returns, okay? Why did you take my pretty purple bike? Because Amber's bitch ass, like, y'all didn't like hype her. You said, "Man, this full adult bike is perfect for this child." I haven't talked about that in a long time. I hope my mother hears this.
When I was maybe right before I started kindergarten, my kindergarten year, I got like a go-kart for like a gas-powered go-kart.
Cool.
And like after, I don't know, maybe not a whole year, it just mysteriously vanished. So I never really got good at driving it. So
I need you to do voice acting. Because that you did just now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Like that.
Yeah. Just like that. I'm gonna write you a script. You sign up for voice acting, okay? Because you're gonna play either like a main character or a main villain.
Well, if you write it, I'll give it a go anyway.
Yes. All right. I'll do it today.
Okay. So I remember another year I was older. My mom was with this guy way down in Miami. He was pretty much my stepdad for a few years. I didn't never really like him for real. But he like beat the crap out of her to the point where she had to go to the hospital down there.
Oh, that's the reason to not like someone.
Yeah, she ended up coming back home with us. She had after that she pretty much had kind of mental health issues and stuff like that. It was like a trying experience. I remember one year at Christmas, like her and my grandma got into it. Almost to the point where they're exchanging blows. I think she threw a present at my grandma or something like that. And almost knocked the tree over.
Oh, you said present. Yeah. I thought you said she threw a present at her mom.
No, present.
My brain was doing a lot.
Then, years later, I was really into John Waters. I saw that one movie where the daughter, the wayward daughter, gets into it with the mom. She pushes the mom. She's way bigger than the mom. She pushes the mom. She knocks the fucking Christmas tree over and shit. Pretty funny yet unsettling scene. If you know anything about John Waters.
I like how you're was attacking her mom. It was a funny scene.
Just kind of have flashbacks to that one time way back in the day.
Throwing presents and people and shit.
Yeah.
better than the I'm sorry, my brain's saying video game characters, or even better, whenever the Hulk picked up Loki by his legs and started boo 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 boo. Yeah.
Almost like an afterthought.
Yeah, that's you take that and you hit a person with a person, and that's what my age called beating a motherfucker with another motherfucker.
I like the scene in Thor Ragnarok where he does it to Thor. Hulk does it to Thor during the match, and Loki's watching it, and he stands up and he goes, "Now you know how it feels."
Oh my god! I haven't seen Thor Ragnarok actually.
Oh.
I've seen clippings.
I haven't seen any Thor movies. I haven't seen a lot of the Marvel movies. I'm just not into it like that.
I like the first Thor movie, but then I think what was after that?
The
They did like Thor Love and Thunder, and I was like,
that
this
was
is
the
not
last
an
one.
80s rock album.
That was the very last one. You had
Love and
Thor,
Thunder by
then you
Poison.
had the Dark Elves, and then you had Ragnarok, and then you had Love and Thunder.
See, Bo is our local movie buff. If you need anything on DVD, he probably has it.
I got a good handful of movies on DVD and Blu-ray.
Yeah, I'm starting to get depressed because
I watched The Beekeeper the other day. It was okay. It was okay action movie.
I liked it. I personally, my favorite part is finding out that raw honey is flammable. That makes me so happy. I can just lay that.
I don't even know if I was engaged enough with the movie to even realize that.
Yeah, he
Like the-
explains it before he lights it on fire. He threw it at some people, and he explains that if it's not filtered, if it's like raw as fuck honey, then it's flammable.
I've always had a trouble focusing, so I might have just my head might have been somewhere else when that was actually going on the screen.
You sure you didn't do that rather
I
than
know,
that
I did.
feeling thing where you fall asleep during a movie?
Yeah, I fell asleep.
Yeah. I don't know a single man that doesn't fall asleep during movies.
But it wasn't. It was a decent action movie. It wasn't all that engaging. Like the villains weren't all that memorable.
Yeah.
Me, you know,
But
it was kind of like these.
how he got rid of them?
It was like like every fight he'd been. It was like a Steven Seagal movie. Every fight he was in, he just beats a ever living shit out of people. The only real fight he was in was with that big Scottish guy. That was like real Steven Seagal-esque to me.
Okay.
That's one reason. That's one. What's the Becky movie? It was like they had like one Becky movie, and I had like another one. That's what I didn't like about that one, because like she kind of never really gets in the real fight. She gets mad because like her friends gets killed, and she never like she just keep like killing people and beating the shit out of people. She never had one real like. A lot of modern movies don't have any like
real challenge.
Yeah.
What is that, like Kill Bill?
I think the actress in Kill Bill, she gets knocked around a pretty good bit. She has to go through like that kind of hero's journey,
Yeah, she really does in that movie. I loved that movie because the blood scenes. You got a 20-foot spray of blood.
That's just one movie I have on DVD. I can't think of the name of it right now, but it's largely based. Kill Bill is largely based on about the lady that I think she gets raped and gets one of her eyes poked out. She has to go through this whole fucking rigmarole where she like gets like military training and like combat training and stuff like that to get revenge on people that raped her and killed her or poked her eye out. I think the name of the movie is Revenge.
Is that the one with Halle Berry?
No, this is the whole movie, like early to mid 70s.
You got so excited. What's the one with Halle Berry that you're thinking about? Is she naked?
No.
No. Okay.
No. There's it just sounded like a preview of one that I saw with Halle Berry, and I was wondering if it was any good.
There's one that J-Lo.
Monsters Ball, but that's not really an action movie.
The one that I saw, the last preview I saw, a J-Lo movie, was where she had sex with the underage kid and he blackmails her.
Oh. No, that's the one that I last saw is not that one.
J-Lo?
Never heard that one.
No, J-Lo is in an action movie recently where she's the badass.
That sci-fi movie?
No. In this movie, she was like initially she was like a spy for the U.S. and she ended up like her goal was to get close to these drug dealers and find out who's like the biggest guy, what are they doing, da 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 da. And she ends up banging both major drug dealers and getting pregnant and with a daughter, and then just like hides, and she makes the deal with the US, like she'll give them all the information they need, but she goes free and somebody watches her daughter and keeps her daughter safe. So and somebody tried to kill her baby right there at the beginning, but in the movie she's just this big Billy badass because they're trying to find the daughter and they're all like, is it my child? And she's like, bitch, that's my child. And she's big Billy badass through that one.
You can't think of the name of it.
No, I can't. I could Google it.
I think. Well,
Y'all could.
I think there's been a couple movies like that.
I heard J-Lo was a bitch to work with in the video industry.
Oh,
I heard she was very demanding.
I heard Jessica Simpson was too. She did a.
You get an idea just by the way Ben
called
Affleck
The
walks
Mother.
around when he's with her. They're not, I don't think they're together.
It's called The Mother.
The Mother.
Yeah.
It's from a while ago, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, no. Fuck, I didn't click on some shit. 2023.
Oh, not that old at all.
Well, is that a list of her movies?
Yeah.
Go back.
I think there's been a couple movies like that. Like Sharon Stone had a movie kind of sort of like that, where she's like kind of protecting this kid or whatever. And I think it's some old movie, like an old John Cassavetes movie, where like this lady's supposed to be protecting
The
this
Boy
kid
Next
like that.
Door is the one I was talking about.
Okay.
Yeah.
She had like one of the smallest roles in Home.
Jessica Simpson did a movie in my hometown, and they said she was awful.
Oh yeah.
And then Sandra Bullock did a movie, and they actually said that Sandra Bullock was really nice. Jack Black did Year One just outside of my hometown.
Dude, honestly, I love that stupid ass movie.
Year One?
I love it.
The whole set is still 20 minutes outside of my hometown.
It's so damn dumb. I love it so much.
Oh, it's in bits and pieces of it.
And then Martin Lawrence did Welcome Home, Roscoe Jenkins. That was filmed in my hometown.
I watched one of those. What's that Tyler Perry ass movie that he did? He had like 3 or 4 sequels to it.
Big Mama's House.
Big Mama's House. I watched like 30 minutes of that very first one. I didn't finish it. I haven't seen most of his movies.
One of my favorites he ever did was Blue Streak,
I haven't seen
where he stole the diamond, and then he has to, when he gets out of jail, he has to impersonate a cop. And he pulls up to the intersection and people are parked, and he gets on the megaphone and he's like, "Move your busted ass vehicle. We got guns and shit."
If I've actually watched it, I might actually like it, but I kind of feel like, Daniel was just watching Action Left over there. I kind of feel like a lot of like those buddy cop movies where it's like one black dude and a white dude or whatever in the 80s, a lot of 80s and 90s movies like that. They kind of just copy that Beverly Hills Cop formula and didn't necessarily like improve on it.
Yeah.
So I'm always kind of like,
Well, that's why they got
careful
Eddie
about
Murphy there.
those types of movies.
He has the humor.
I'm in no big hurry to see it, but it might actually be pretty good. I haven't seen 3. I didn't know 3 was even out for a long time. I had no idea. By then I was a lot more into music anyway.
And,
I had no idea 3 came out in like the mid 90s.
Yeah, it was
Until
like
maybe like 7
97,
years ago.
I
I think it was like 94.
something like
I
that.
had it, but a lot of people say it ain't that good. I don't
like
wanna see
$50
I don't want to see a disappointing Beverly Hills Cop movie.
No.
What's the best concert you ever went to?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Real quick, I'm gonna throw it out there. Jessica Biel in Blade 3 was super hot. Continue.
Blade 3.
Oh yeah.
I only seen
Jessica
one
Biel's hot in everything.
Yeah.
concert.
Yeah, but that movie had Jessica Biel, Sexy Wesley Snipes, and Ryan Reynolds as Ryan Reynolds. So, because he is Ryan Reynolds and everything. All right, best concert in.
I don't know if I can pick one. I've been to a lot of shitty shows. You know, sound like shit. I think you like basically about 20 years ago now, like a lot of like big old school punk bands. It was like this big fest thing that they were touring around the country. Somehow, by the grace of God, they stopped the Mobile. It was DI, The Damned, The Dickies, a couple other bands that was big at the time, and Mark Ramone with I think Doyle or the other guy or Jerry Only from the Misfits had like his Project 1950 thing. Which honestly, I walked out of the venue when they started playing. I didn't want to hear that. But DI was real good. I saw the Adolescents of 2017 in Tampa, and that was real good. Like Fear is one of my favorite bands. I can't say the shows that I've seen were like super, super great. Like it wasn't like I was seeing them in 1980 or 1981 or anything, but it's pretty good.
Yeah.
There's one kind of like lesser known punk band, the Bulimics from Austin. They're pretty much not around no more, but those two are my favorite shows as far as like, this, sounds good. I like the music and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Peter, may I ask you a personal question?
What's that?
How old are you? You go to
I'm
concerts
47.
in 81? Okay, your mom.
No, I'm not older than I was way too young to go to concerts at 81. I was like 5, 6 years older than you.
Okay.
I'm just saying, like, some of the bands that I like,
My mom was born in 76.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Wow. I was born in 76.
Good to know.
Yeah.
See, he's closer to my mom's age. He could flirt with my mom if he wanted to.
Age is just a number.
Tell it to J-Lo.
I would.
He did.
I would tell J-Lo age is just a number.
I've dated a few women older than me. Like, I kind of always had a thing for like older women and, whatever.
Yeah, they come with alimony.
One time,
But some they'll treat you, a younger girl ain't gonna treat you.
Yeah, right?
one time me and this dummy here were out at Bebop's and he's already drunk and he runs into a lady and she's on the bigger side. She's bigger than his usual go-to. And he starts chatting with her. She starts talking about how she's going to divorce her husband next year so that she can get alimony. And he stayed next to her the whole rest of the night. He's like, alimony sold.
Hey, you got to have priorities. The first time I got married, I thought I was in love. The second time I get married, it's going to be for the money.
The husband wasn't around when she
That's
said
a
that.
girl thing.
The husband, he wasn't around when she said that.
No,
No,
his best friend was.
Yeah, her husband's best friend was sitting there and like, I'm over here trying to distract the best friend.
That might have
so
been the one she was plotting with.
Mo can get the slide in.
No, apparently at one point in the night, she looked at him and was like, "Why are you here?"
Yeah. Yeah, she was like mad at him because she wanted to have more of a blast than he was going to allow her. But her husband makes a shy ton of money, and she only needs to be married to him one more year to get that alimony. So, sometime next year, Bo should get a hit up. I don't remember her name, but she was. Don't say it. Don't say it. But she.
Tell her not to ever watch any Paul Elam videos.
Paul Eland.
Paul Elam,
Oh, who's that?
men's rights activist.
Oh, okay.
Hey, look,
It's a rabbit hole, not always worth going down. It's interesting, huh?
Men's rights activist.
All the red pill guys.
Red pill instead of blue pill. They're not. What? Hold on. Which pill took you to the Matrix? Was that the red?
I'm
pill?
not in. As far as the actual movie, the Matrix kind of went over my head. It had some cool like special effects, some cool stunts in it, but I wasn't really into it. But as far as like men's rights activists, the blue pill is like, staying a simp, staying, like a bridge version or whatever. staying the simp, staying like honeydew list,
Oh, like
happy wife,
traditional.
happy wife, happy life, and all that. And then like red pill is like, practically like have your girlfriend on a leash in the house. You can't leave.
Oh,
Barefoot pregnant.
Yeah.
Barefoot and pregnant.
I thought that's what you said. What is that?
Barefoot and pregnant. That's what the old men when I was growing up, they were like, you ever want to keep your old lady happy or keep her from messing around, you keep her barefoot and happy in the kitchen.
Damn. No. The most awesome thing about being pregnant is the weirdness of watching it move around like there's an alien about to pop out of you.
I don't know if it's just like growing up down south or whatever, like so many women just didn't seem to like have any problem with that.
They don't. Well, I mean, now today they have a lot more problem with it. But then you have the ones that say they want that and they really don't, because they don't understand what that entails. Like you're giving up all your freedom to do just this. And like I've met
women I know that have their 6th, 7th child on the way. I'm like, why? Stop it. What kind of fucking job does your man have to support you and 6 fucking kids?
Well,
I guess I don't think that far ahead.
It's like that. It's like that picture I saw on Facebook where it's the whole family and they're all smiling, and you got another family that's like, and it's like, how do y'all have everything? We're in debt up to our eyeballs.
Oh my god.
That's why I said that's one reason I said I don't want kids.
I don't have the patience for all of that. I got one
I don't know
daughter.
if I take care of myself that well.
Well, that's something that people miss out on too. If you can't take care of yourself, what the fuck are you doing out here having a kid?
Yeah. I mean,
then all people of older generations, like that's really all they know to tell you. You gotta get married, gotta have kids, gotta get. Everybody ain't got business having kids. Everybody ain't got business getting married.
I hate that phrase. Oh, his pull-out game is strong. Every time I fucking hear that, they're pregnant within 3 months. Like if your man, ladies, if your man's pull-out game is strong, don't say it out loud.
Watch the water.
People say anything. You should know. He's like, I'm actually sterilized. I don't have to worry about kids. Like 2 kids later.
It's hot.
Yeah, that's.
He more or less kick rocks by the end off.
See, that's the other thing. You got those guys that'll go out there. They're just laying it down, and they're like, oh, I can't get anybody pregnant because they've been lucky so far. Or they had a wife. I know a guy that got married. Supposedly, him and his wife tried for years to have children. And then when they started doing a separation, he got another girl pregnant because he told her that his wife didn't get pregnant, so he couldn't get anybody pregnant. And they were like, okay, you don't have to use a condom. What?
I may or may not have been
A
one
lot
of
of
those
people don't use
people.
condoms. I'm thinking the whole time people use condoms for real. Like they're like
My daughter's father
they're in
understood.
a real sketchy situation.
Hello, brother.
I had a couple ones take a condom off of me.
Oh, God.
Dude, apparently the football teams and basketball teams in college are told if they go out and they have relations with someone that they have to make sure they put the condom in their pockets before they leave. They don't flush them, don't throw them in the trash. Make sure you leave with it.
One of the grossest things ever. I was like 18 and had me a quickie because we were all drunk and it just kind of happened that way. And like, I guess after he got done, he just immediately. And like he gets up and he doesn't have it on. I'm like, where is it? And he's like, well, I was wearing it. I pull it the fuck out. The point of you wearing it is me not having it anywhere near there or here or anything. Okay. It makes a sound too.
That's why you gotta have some music playing in the background or something.
Yeah.
Have a fan on high or something.
You don't want to hear the sounds. Oh Lord.
That's gross. Although, like, whenever I was first like getting sexually active, I lost my virginity at 16. Me and the guy had been together for a year and 3 months. So I was like, okay, well, I mean, I definitely beat some people's records. And he and I, we used condoms at first, but then he was like, he got caught trying to steal condoms from Walgreens. I said, man, they should have just gave them to you. You obviously can't afford a baby. But, like, so, I mean.
His whole point exactly.
Yeah, so from 16 to 19, there were plenty of moments where I could have got pregnant and I didn't. So I was sitting there thinking I couldn't get pregnant. And then me and my daughter's father, it's the tale as old as time where I was a waitress at the Waffle House and he was a cook at the Waffle House. Yeah, that's just, I don't know, something about it. I mean, he's making me a sandwich. I don't know. But we know what night
Role
is.
reversal.
Yeah. But he would also rub my feet after the show. So I was just like, okay.
Role reversal.
Roll reversal. And now looking back, I'm like, yo, I've seen his penis. But I mean, we know the night that did the deed, and we went like 10 times in that night.
Right.
No protection. And we're like, a lot of personality went into making that baby. So when I found out I was pregnant 2 days after I turned 19, and what really gave me the sign, because my coworker, fuck DJ, you scared the hell out of me. The hell. But my coworker had already, like, she heard me say that I wanted mushrooms on a burger, and I hate mushrooms, and she goes, Destiny, you're pregnant. I'm like, no, I'm not. And then I was. But on my birthday, my neighbor at the time, who was also one of my best friends, she was mother of the first friend I ever lost. He drowned in 2014, or no, 20. Oh, shite. Hold on. I think it was 11, actually. 2011. Yeah. And she's there. She's drinking with me for my 18th birthday. That's why we're not shouting out names here. And I took like 3 shots and was vomiting everywhere. And I had no idea. It was some whiskey. I like Fireball. I still kind of like Fireball, but I try not to drink it because I like it.
Yeah.
So I was just throwing up, and I'm like, man, what the hell is going on? So I went to Dollar Tree. I got like 5 of those dollar pregnancy tests because I ain't spending more than this. But I mean, if I get a consistent answer, then it's probably the answer. And I got a consistent all the way across the board, pregnant AF bitch. So I went up to her father, and at the time, I mean, we had a fucking bed that was laying on the floor. Okay, I had just moved out of my parents' house. He and I were officially together 4 months, 4 weeks, when I found out I was 6 weeks pregnant. And I knew it was his. We'd been doing the do for like a month and a half before we made it an official relationship. So I was like, oh, fuck. Okay. And I go and I like kind of nudge at the bed with my foot to try and wake him up. And I start pushing on his shoulder, and he just doesn't want to wake up. He goes, what? I said, I'm pregnant. Silence. I said, what?
Like right then?
Yeah. I said, what? Hey, did you hear me? He said, yeah. I said, well, what do you think? And he's like, fuck.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, no. Yeah.
My best friend at the time was, I said this yesterday, didn't I? I think so. My best friend at the time was a black guy. So
yeah,
all of my friends at the school, or not really friends. I didn't have very many friends my senior year because when I got pregnant, I don't know, everybody fucking changed. I was the only bitch that didn't change, and I'm literally physically changing. What the fuck? And my friend at the time was a black guy. And he would walk me to class and da-da-da-da-da. And he would even walk me home from church. So he went to the same church as me, was in the same school, good friend, good guy. He's doing all right now. And he was a black guy. So everybody thought that he was the father of my child. And they would say, hey, when are you and Destiny expecting? And he's like, me and Destiny haven't done anything. And they're like, bullshit, tell the truth. That's your baby, isn't it? No, that ain't my baby. Destiny and I have never done anything. Which years later, he and I both got super, super high together. And apparently I came on to him and he just like rolled me over into the bed and put the blanket over me. And was like, go to sleep, Destiny. So,
Wow.
Yeah. And I was like, you a good friend whenever I woke up. Because he knew that I wasn't into him like that. So he did the good friend thing, and he's a good guy. But like months and months, like a year and something later, I'm in Walmart, and one of the popular girls were also at Walmart with their little funny looking baby. And they're like, hey, I think it says 1. It was 2, and I think it was 3 earlier, but it says 1 now. Hi, one person. Actually, we even have a comment. But she said, Destiny, I thought you had a mixed baby. Like, nope, my baby is pasty. My baby is pasty. Let's see what our comment says. Boop, 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 boop. Rodney Glover, he said, I banged, I guess that's his petty thing. I banged her best friend after she broke up with me. Damn, son. I can just keep that pulled up. So if anybody else comments, we can see that. I wonder if that's Rodney still watching. He's funny.
There's actually 2 comments. There's actually any comments at all?
It's the one and the StreamYard Live thing. But Rodney has a podcast called Dad Mentality. Y'all can find him anywhere. Dad_mentality. He's really smart and fun to listen to.
Cool.
Yeah, just throwing it out there. We got one comment and that's done. So rock and roll. Thank you.
So what's going on with everybody comedy wise?
Comedy wise,
This is it for me.
yeah, Bo's been rather inactive lately.
I'm waking up way too early.
Yeah.
I cannot do a 9 o'clock, 8 o'clock, mic anymore.
Yeah, and they have that mic on Tuesday. Like they have the regular Tuesday mic that starts at like 8. And then they have a mic after that doesn't start till 10.
Yeah.
And like, as much as I would love to go there, first off, that's fucking late. Okay. That's too late for me. By the time I'm getting out of there, I'm falling asleep.
Yeah.
And B.
Yeah, used to not be so late for me. That's a little bit late,
Yeah.
Unless I just like sleep all day and
Yeah.
I meant to go there last week, but I kind of really just feel like getting out of the house.
I miss work.
Yeah.
If I like.
Yeah, man, I had to go see the doctor. Just like,
Yeah.
you didn't.
So I kind of feel like maybe this time 4 or 5 years ago, I was really trying to see how far I could get with it. But now, like, I'm got a few years older, and like I said again, I have like back issues,
Well,
and feet issues with my feet. I ain't really trying to sit in a uncomfortable ass bar all night in a hard ass folding chair.
Yeah.
If I don't get there in time enough to sign up early, you got to sit there and wait.
Wait
Everybody else has done that.
forever.
Yeah.
It
The chairs
seems like
it's steady bothering me.
It seems like it's got, it's going to be a longer and longer time you have to wait,
Yeah.
this, that, the other, and all that,
One of the things that irritated me not the last time I went. Actually, no, the last time I was irritated, it did not start on time. The people that were hosting the show were there. They were there on time this time, but it drives me nuts. If you're saying you're gonna start at 7, start at 7.
It's probably just not Mobile, but that's like as long as I've been going to like music shows, nothing ever starts on time.
Well, some of them like to, like Mikey, he puts off the show about 15, 25 minutes, specifically to let other comedians get there.
Yeah.
But he starts it as early as he does to accommodate the Tuesday comedy in Ocean Springs, Mississippi.
Right.
So
Right.
for him to start later at a normal starting time, it's like, okay, you're kind of, not really doing the accommodation thing. But I mean, Mikey's been doing great. He's getting better and better at being a host. This past Saturday for the show, he did pretty damn great. He performed well. He was well, at the end of the show, he wanted to point out, hey, we got this tip jar here that we can give to people. But instead of just saying, oh yeah, we got tips, we're accepting tips, he pointed out every single performer, and he was like, these two from Louisiana, Yasha that drove here from I think he lives in Milton.
Yeah, Milton.
Yeah,
now.
So Florida. And then he just like goes down the line, and he's like, and Ryan, who walked here from down the street, and his progression from like they traveled a whole bunch and he traveled a little bit, and he walked here. But and then he also shouted out the bartenders and all that. So he gave shout outs to everybody that was on the show, and then he mentioned the tip jar. So it kind of reminds people about how good of a time they've had. Yeah. And everybody did so great. It was laughter all around. And that main guy, God, I was laughing the entire time.
Mikey's shows are probably one of my favorite in the area, though.
Yeah, I think
he does. I think he does the best right now.
I was about to say that guy from Lafayette. I think he's pretty much the guy in Lafayette. I can't think of his name.
Yeah,
I can't think of his name either. I got all these stickers. None of them have his name on them. It's got his beard.
I think it's Neil something.
We're gonna call him Diamond.
Diamond.
I like Mikey's show, and I like Oyster City. I can't do it.
I don't like any of their drinks. I tried. I was angry. It was that one night that I was not doing too great. Cheetah was next to me during all of that. That was crazy. And I got up and I was like, I'd like to try your beer selection. And I tried different ones. And I'm like, these are all fucking horrible. But I don't drink. So like
brewery are pretty stout, even if they're not PA.
The brewery, they're making their own things, and they're adding their own flavors, and I'm sure it's great to a lot of different people, but I did not like any of it because I don't drink, and it was a lot.
Well, go ahead.
Well, I was saying I think I've been trying to do comedy anyway for close to 10 years now. And, I just kind of feel like it's a little bit of a glut right now. It's like lots of like different like websites and YouTube pages like Don't Tell Comedy and stuff like that. There's just so much of a free for all. It's kind of like that. That's why I say I'm just an amateur or whatever. I think I'm just gonna try and like did like what Norm Macdonald did, do like the one man show deal, no audience.
Yeah.
Just upload that shit. Just see what. No, in front of no audience, laugh track or whatever. Just upload it somewhere to see what people think. Maybe upload it a band camp or some shit like that. I've kind of been wanting to do that for years, but I ain't really.
Yeah.
My main thing has really just been, trying to write stuff and trying to commit it to memory, trying to work on stuff. Sometimes I enjoy that than actually being on stage.
Yeah.
I heard.
And I have to deal with the whole, scene of it all.
Mm-hmm. I heard Carson recently talking about his girlfriend Josephine, who both of these are really excellent performers. Josephine is out of Pensacola, Carson's out of Mobile, Alabama. And he said that she mentioned to him at one point that she was kind of envious of how many shows he was hopping on. And he said, well, you've got to put yourself into their mind and say, hey, I will perform for you, and like message them directly, set up your own show and see what happens. And she actually took his advice, which is a very smart thing to do. And he said she got booked on a festival before he did this year. So, I mean, she's been performing a lot. That's why she hasn't really been attending a lot of things down here, because she's hella booked elsewhere and she's doing great. And I'm like, okay, well, I need to start inserting myself into people's
minds.
Thank you, because my brain immediately said anus. I don't think that's incorrect. Minds.
Do this gesture right here, right when you say anus.
Anus. I love that word.
The heinous anus.
Yeah, my first ever bit was talking about being a woman and controlling my man's money. And while I'm performing, I'm like, this ain't fucking funny. But my favorite part that I did end up keeping was talking about how you can say anal about anything and people are going to smile. And then somebody was like, oh, well, if you need help remembering your bits, then just like put like a 1-word thing on your finger to remind you. And then as you're going, you just kind of like look. And so at first it was like, I don't fully remember. It's like, I'll just say bad driving for the first one. But the next two, it said anal. And then it said my mom. So it looked great, I'll tell you that.
Please tell me you took a picture of it.
No, but you know what? I'll do it in the future just for the pic. Do it for the bot. Hey.
Bad driving anal mom.
It's not just my mom, it's my hot mom, actually. Yeah. Did you see in the
That's a hell of a Mad Libs page there.
Oh, I haven't done Mad Libs in forever. That stuff gets stupid. Because like once you realize what you're doing, then you try to say the dumbest shit that you can. Then you go to
You probably can't even buy like a physical company. Probably just have it on a website now.
Well, they have really, really thin ones, but I mean, I haven't seen one in a store in forever, so it probably is just an online thing at this point.
Yeah.
I think like
You lost me.
Mad Libs.
Yeah. You lost me.
Okay. So Mad Libs is like, okay, first thing you do is it shows you a page and it's like noun, adverb, action, verb, or whatever, and it just gives you the different types of words to put on there. They would do that in English class to help you learn words.
Oh, okay. I know what you're talking
and then you flip the paper and insert the words that you had on the other side where they belong in the thing, and it comes up with this crazy shit. You're like, Dr. Einstein was working in his bathroom and when he finally discovered your mom. And
okay. Gotcha.
All it took was thieves' nuts and monkey balls. Someone's got one thing on their mind. But yeah.
Your mom and these nuts are two of the most overused fucking things in the past 30 years.
Yeah, and I definitely at this point I picture Genevieve doing her these nuts jokes every time I hear them. Oh!
Yes.
That's how you know it's a joke.
Yeah. Yeah, Genevieve, real funny. Oh! Wait, no, that was badly timed. My bad. Anyhow, how's the weather?
Hot as hell.
Yeah, it's hot.
I was talking to somebody at work today. I was like, you know, I feel like we live in Satan's anus. Like you walk outside and it's like being hit with a misty fart.
Satan's anus.
And
Satan's anus USA.
And then you go to like a place like Moss Point or Pascagoula, and you step outside and it feels like that, and then you have that smell hit you, and then you're like, damn, I really need to call Vagisil and get them to sponsor the city. It worked for my ex-girlfriend. You know,
Vagisil needs to make sunscreen, huh?
Yeah, for real. For that.
I say that we live in the ball sack of Alabama because we do. If y'all go look at the map, that is just Alabama. There are fucking balls, and we're down there, and it sure feels like the heat of.
It could be a vulva if you look at it that way.
Whoop, whoop.
The fupa of Alabama. I joke about like
the moose knuckle,
like fat chick having like the outside part, like her vulva actually being like feeling better than the actual vagina. Like he's got like
yeah.
Like, he's got, like, more. That was actually based on the real girl I dated for a while.
I feel like I've seen one too many of those. Oh, okay.
Ain't nothing wrong with it.
No.
I just stopped trying to do deep strokes. I was just like,
Oh, they come in
People
all.
don't know that, but that was actually based on a real situation.
A real vagina.
Yeah,
Yeah,
a real vulva.
people that they come in all different styles,
All different configurations.
all kinds of different ones. The weirdest one I saw. Her lips were that long. I just stopped. I was like, oh, nope, can't handle it.
Well, you gotta like you take a piece of grass. You're welcome.
Make it whistle.
Make a whistle. Yeah, you grab her lips and go.
I asked her if she had any special Arby's sauce, but she didn't.
No, you're
How'd
supposed to
you react
provide
to
that. You're supposed to provide that.
I mean, I was not prepared. Okay, I was still young.
You're like, okay, so like if there's not toilet paper, the idea is like just
Air dry.
pickle your stuff
It would have
and
looked
drip
like
dry.
it would have looked like a beagle shaking his head.
And some of my most recent jokes they're all like porn related, and I was watching and a lot of these women on YouTube, not YouTube but Facebook, on YouTube too. Like their page is really just like backdoor advertising for OnlyFans. So
Yeah.
really just There's one woman on there. She's talking about she's about to turn 50 pretty soon, and most of her videos like her like doing yoga, stuff like that. She had this one video where she's at the gym and she's just stretching. Right, that's all she's doing. And it's like that one video stuck out to me more than anything. Because I got like arthritis in my feet and shit. Like, I need to figure out some. It's like pretty good looking woman. It was like, yeah, baby, show me some of those stress techniques you have. Like relieve my arthritis.
Damn, girl.
That one episode of The Simpsons, where the two old people meet and it's like giving each other googly eyes and like putting their like instead of like doing the champagne thing where they're drinking a little champagne, they take each other's meds.
Hey, I'm getting to the point where I feel that. like what you got? Okay. Yeah.
It's like I almost want like a massage, like somebody like crack my knuckles or something more than I actually want to get laid.
I want nap dates to be an actual thing. Like, coming over, you can cuddle, but I really don't want you to touch my penis. Like, I just want you to be there.
Bo, I've heard your stories. You definitely want them to touch your penis.
Always.
Bo will call me before he gets out of the driveway.
Oh, you're never going to know. You won't believe what happened. Yes, I will.
Yes, I will. Yes, I will. And then the worst is whenever he's like calling me at like 3 a.m. because for some reason he knows I'm awake. And or even if I'm not, I still answer it and just listen to him. And he's, oh, we went for like 6-7 hours. I'm like, why would you do that to anybody? That sounds exhausting.
I did most of the work.
Exhausting. I get mad if my man lasts longer than an hour. I mean, it's not. Don't look at me like that. He's one of my best friends. He hears stories, so it's not like every time. But like if some honey is involved, or like we've got some prominent foreplay going on. After about an hour, I'm like, all right, I'm done here. I am no longer interested. You want to get on top? No, I don't have knees.
You get like beanbag chair, like a real comfortable like gel bean.
I want to get one of those swings. Actually, get two of the swings so that we just kind of like do like the balls where you make each other, and like neither one of us have to do any work. That's all it is.
This joke I'm kind of sort of working on about like I got all these like blowjob videos saved on my X Hamster account. It's because I guess it's because of the simple fact, like I think I've like fetishized like the one sex act where you don't have to do any work.
I am a fan of lazy sex, and like back in the day, it was just like, oh yeah, I like whenever he takes advantage of me, and now I'm like, I'm happy when he doesn't touch me. I would like to not. That takes too many fucking muscles.
Hey, I'm going to the
blowjob
gym.
hurt the cheek. You want to have sex? I'll buy you a toy.
I'm barely going to the actual gym now.
Yeah.
I'm going to the gym when I have sex.
Oh, okay. I was sitting there like, what, you like go there for the action? And then I understood.
Oh, I'm putting in the work.
The workout. I don't like going to the gym for the gym. I after I got my settlement on my knee, I bought a whole year's thing at Crunch Fitness, which was like 300 and something. I was like, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna get strong. I've been like a handful of times, but I went a lot with my brother living here. Now that he's living here again, I'll go some more. He just moved back in last week, so I'll be going again. But he left in November or wait, where are we? No, he left in like February.
Yeah.
And I haven't been since he left. Or no, I went once and I took my daughter and she's not old enough to work out with me, so she got to play. And then I'm just sitting there like, what do I do now? I done walked on a treadmill and rode the bike thingy. I don't know what else to do.
Yeah, not on off today, and I'll probably eventually go either today or tomorrow sometime.
Well, I've got the
I don't go like I should.
I mean, it's not a black card membership because that's Planet Fitness, but I've got their good membership where I can bring a person if you want to join me sometime.
Okay.
I like going so I can use some mirrors to look at people walking by. And like it makes me feel good whenever I see them look at me, and I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, some of the women that come in there like that. The stuff they wear is getting more and more revealing.
Yeah. Wearing them freaking shorts that follow the line of the butt cheek.
Yeah.
And it makes your hips look big, and I'm jealous. I want
That's
my hips to
the
look
thing
big
now.
like
That's
that.
the thing for everybody now. Big.
I walk through a gym like this because I don't want to be that person they have on the camera.
When I was growing up, only
you were looking at me.
Only people you ever heard say,
Yes, I was.
So only people you ever heard say, they like big asses was black dudes. Nobody said that out loud.
I didn't. I didn't understand.
Yeah.
All the women that I dated just had giant titties.
Oh,
and then like I won the roast and
to celebrate.
Yeah, and like after I won the roast, I did a bit, and like during my bit, I just kind of threw it in there that like I mean all the women I've dated have giant titties, so I'm more of a titty person than an ass person. And then he decided to take me to a strip club, which I told him, I was like, I don't have any money. This isn't a great idea. Well, he took me anyhow, and he handed me, like, he got out his money, he handed me a chunk, and I'm just like, what am I supposed to do with this? He goes, well, go over there to the bar and, hand the money or whatever. And so I sit there, and now I got booty, like, less than a foot above my head, and I was just like, oh, my God. I tried to put it down one at a time. I was trying to put it on top of him, like, balance it, and trying to see if I can stick it in the little side portion.
Just watching her go.
Yeah. And I'm like blushing over here. I'm red as some tomatoes over there, and he thinks it's hilarious.
Oh, it was the funniest. She was so overstimulated. Her eyes were dilated. She was like,
I had never been in a strip
I want
club
to put it in a string. Let me put it in your string.
as a person at a strip club. So I'm just looking. I'm like, oh my God, it's godly. It's a very lovely.
You get addicted to it.
And and like
as much as I watch porn, I never really got all that much into going. I don't think I've been in a strip club 5 times in my life.
Oh, I've been a lot.
Before that night, I had never turned around and said, "Give me more of your money," and I sure did that.
Yeah.
As I ran out.
I don't know if it's just like the bumpkin in me, like the country in me, but I like some big old titties.
Finding a woman that's got both accessories is not as common as I would love it to be.
Like, look like they should be carrying around wheelbarrows, like.
I like the like a little belly chubby, but like it's not just the hourglass. Like I'm chubby, but I have an hourglass, and whenever I turn to the side, it's not an hourglass. So I like my front view a lot. But like for women, like the boobs nice, the little cut in the middle with the little pudge on it. But even better, my favorite part, even though I'm not like ass. I mean, now I am, but even before, it was like the hip curvature. If she's got the hips that come out, it's oh my god.
You know,
I will bite them, bitch.
that last video I sent you, you know, like
yeah,
20
they
years ago,
qualify.
well, 20, 30 years ago, like they wouldn't have been considered attractive, like by a lot of people, like especially the average, like kind of like middle class white guy. Like, I wouldn't have been attractive at all.
Everybody,
but you really look at them though, they're big, but like you know,
they're in
the
shape.
stomachs kind of their stomachs are flat. Like the first girl I ever got with, like she was fairly big, but you know, I was like checking her out. You know, it's like her stomach's like flat. You know,
you're like,
you know.
No, I get it. I
just something I happen to notice.
I mean, like if you look at women, pictures of women from the 50s, and like just the house, you're shaking the whole table, darling.
Oh, sorry.
It's okay. I also have RLS. It's okay.
And a lot of those like pinup girls from the 50s, they kind of like
pinup girls. Generally, they got like more going on because you can.
They got a lot of them got kind of that like, little pooch going on there.
The little right under.
Yeah.
But then like
it's good as a lot of them look back in the day. Like some of them probably wouldn't have been considered attractive in like the 80s and 90s. They even then they would have been considered too big.
Yeah, but it was they were made to the pinup girls that were drawn on the planes and stuff were meant to be like that was the ideal woman at the time. Just like
well, if you go look at the propaganda that pointed out what the common housewife should look like, she had like A cups, and maybe she was wearing a torpedo bra, which by the way was specifically so that they would look more dangerous during war. Which is
I think I got another joke. I've been telling for it was really just a part of the
Betty Boop was a pinup.
Minnie
Mouse was a pinup. Minnie Mouse and Betty Boop. Minnie Mouse was used as a pinup because the men in the Navy, I think it was the Navy. That one branch in particular didn't want you having pictures of women. So that's probably why people say Navy is gay.
Mm-hmm.
But
it was also they had name tags on the back of their pants.
Oh, what Bo? What does that mean?
What do you think it means?
Are they wearing their pants inside out?
No, it was like above the pocket.
I don't understand.
It was so they knew who they were having sex with.
Oh. Whatever.
It was a don't ask, don't tell, but I still wanted to know your name.
Was created specifically to be a pinup, and that's why her head is so big, is because the head being big took out the realism factor of it, but they still gave her titties and a nice ass.
Yeah. Well, I think like I got that joke. Like we're really just part of the first. This is the first part of the joke that I told a little bit ago about like bowl and all that.
The bowl.
Talking about like really, if you look at like old pictures, you know, like just like old brothels or whatever, you know, there's like women of all different sizes and stuff like that. I don't think it's really like a thing of a woman having to be thin until like Madison Avenue kind of made it a thing. You know, and people had a chase behind that.
Well, yeah, I mean, a brothel back in the day would be like going to a buffet.
Yeah.
You don't want to eat the same thing every time.
And you probably didn't want to eat back then anyway. Just medical science hadn't gotten as far as it want to get.
I always get the steak. Man, I need to go to Golden Corral. I'm hungry now. I got a corn dog.
I probably don't need to eat again until tomorrow, for real.
I still haven't eaten it all today.
I ended up eating 2 hamburgers at Freddy's yesterday.
Oh man. I'm steak and shake all the way.
Steak and shake ain't been there in years now.
Oh, they have a double garlic butter burger. And it's so good.
The only thing I don't like about Freddy's, the burgers they're good, but they're kind of greasy.
I don't like the most local.
Five Guys probably better than most of them, but that's can't be stopping there every fucking week.
Man, you have to take out a loan to eat there.
Yeah.
Yeah. $20 for a meal.
$20 for a number one.
Yeah.
I tried to. I took the last time I took the boys and mom. I spent
Around $80
more than that.
at minimal.
It was at least 120.
If you just go in there and get like fries and a drink, that's like wax like fries and water. My stomach was kind of cold, so I was just trying to eat like they say like potatoes, like suck up acid or whatever.
It's
I
just
got $7 for some fries, but you do get a lot of fries.
they
Yeah,
give you a lot.
I couldn't eat them all.
You get a good portion size, but I mean, come on,
That's some pretty good
$120 for 4 people.
But that's actually kind of a meal for real. I mean, that's a few dollars cheaper than the number one combo at most of the other places. If you just
Well, I
get the
mean,
fries.
if one of you gets the meal and then the other one just gets the burger, it's a little closer to worth it because you can split the fries. My thing is the diet or whatever that I'm on. I'm not supposed to eat potatoes, and I fucking love French fries. But now I can only fit a burger in each meal, like just a sandwich. That's all I can eat at a time. I miss potatoes. Oh, yesterday though, I got wings from Mr. Chen's Wings and Pritchard.
Mr. Chin.
Yeah, they're super good.
Oh, that place across from
It's
Piggly Wiggly.
at a gas station, actually. It's attached to a gas station. But because there's them and then right next to them is a seafood place. But it was so good. And like they had French fries, and you know what I did? I ate like 5 of them with extra salt. Me and my salt problem.
You salt
Every
everything.
salt.
I like
Everything
salt. I like
she's
garlic.
ever eaten that I've cooked, she's like, it needs more salt. I'm like, no.
At one point, although
I
you
put
hit
well,
rock
as bad
star
as you
status
do,
when you're like, I put extra salt on
I
it.
put
Where you're
salt
like,
on
it's
everything.
perfect.
I used to like take the cap off and put some on my hand and just eat like that.
Yeah, no, Lee, like, okay, so like
I
yesterday.
think I lose a lot of electrolytes. I think that's one reason I do that without, like not consciously. But I just like the taste of salt.
Well, I mean, some people have salt deficiencies where they have to eat more. I do not. I just really like salt. And yesterday when I got those wings, I got my man some as well. And I didn't know I was getting a meal with the French fries, but I did. And so I come home and I grab the thing of salt and I go, and then he comes up, like he's got his meal. He's just like, oh, hold on, I need some salt. And he goes and grabs the salt and he pours a little in his hand. And he just like, and that's it. It's just this little tiny bit. And like, what are you, do you even taste that? I'm sitting there dipping my fries in excess salt.
I don't need a lot of salt.
I have a problem.
I like salt.
See, I like butter.
Butter for sure.
I like butter. I use a lot of butter, but the salt, not so much.
Like you said, but my brain said,
Wasn't a commercial like that, like a parquet commercial.
It was
like the bucket, the butter bucket topped or something like that.
It was the I can't believe it's not butter.
I remember that. Yeah.
Butter.
Butter.
So I called you the other day when we were on the trip for high. We'll call them high thoughts.
Okay. Oh, great.
It was random thoughts.
Ask
Okay.
him.
All right. If a plane flies into a cloud, does it technically become a submarine?
Oh, I never really thought of it. I guess.
Why is it that
I guess so.
Why is it that your lips touch when you say open, but they don't touch when you say closed?
Things that make you go home, huh?
My response to that was like, I don't know. Why do you drive on the parkway and park on the driveway? No one knows this shit. I wasn't there when they came up with the names.
So y'all been watching George Carlin?
My son, while I'm sitting there riding in the car with my son, and he starts asking me this stuff, different stuff, and I came up with the plane and through the cloud.
Which I was like, but it's not a marina, it's a cloud, so it technically still counts as an airplane.
But it's a water.
It is going through water that is in the air.
Yes.
We'll call it.
So if it's completely covered, isn't
We
it
can call
a
it-
submarine?
well, technically, so like that sounds like it'd become like an aquaplane for a moment, which kind of sounds like it's a boat.
Are we calling Merman
Sure.
and Barnacle Boy?
Yes.
Mermaid and Barnacle.
Yes.
What's that?
It's
Cat
Mermaid
movie?
Man and Barnacle Boy.
Is
SpongeBob.
SpongeBob.
Oh,
The
What was another one that we asked?
Ketchup.
ketchup. So if tomatoes are a fruit, is ketchup a smoothie?
no, I wouldn't bet on it.
That's one I agreed to. I was like, well, actually, yes, and I don't like it.
Oh,
Because it's
I don't
the
think I'm
fruit.
looking for the Smoothie King ketchup smoothie.
come to Smoothie King and get your brand new smoothie. Tomatoes.
Wait, that ain't, wait, Bloody
The
Mary.
smoothie.
Wouldn't a Bloody Mary be a smoothie then at that point?
Yeah,
Okay.
I would think so.
Okay, tomatoes.
If you get it frozen, yes.
Cold
If you got it-
tomato?
If you got it frozen,
Well, you got Bloody Mary's cold.
Really? I
Yeah.
haven't had a Bloody Mary before. It
I don't know if I ever had
It
one.
looks
They-
crazy.
A Bloody Mary is usually on the rocks, so it's just on ice.
They look crazy around here
You know
because
what
people put okra and bacon and shit in it.
Yeah, some people got wings and shit stuck
Yeah.
to it. Like,
Oh yeah,
and
bacon.
I don't understand that. But I mean, I have been craving like tomatoes. Like I went over to my friend Laura's house whenever we went over there, and I just like ate a bunch of her tomatoes. And I woke up this morning, and one of the first things I said was, "Tomatoes. I need a tomato."
it's that time of year. People are growing tomatoes, and they're
Oh, which
You're
means
right.
Sandy Mountain tomatoes are available. Sandy Mountain tomatoes are the best tomatoes.
Sandy Mountain.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Sandy Mountain, Sandy Mountain, Charlie.
Ah.
It's supposed to be good for you. It's got a lot of salt in it though.
Tomatoes?
Well, I'm gonna put.
They're V8.
oh yeah,
Oh.
V8.
Oh, they got low sodium.
I think
And
actually
you
that's
got-
something to go to the
helps,
store and get some
helps, like,
tomatoes.
Cut down on the hangover too.
Tomatoes.
Yeah, that's why the Bloody Marys and the Bloody Caesars are popular.
Bloody
I
Caesar.
I think I need to get
Yeah.
back in. I need to get back into drinking V8 when I drink.
Well, they do V8 in the Bloody Marys now instead of just like
that's
tomato
a Bloody
juice.
Caesar.
That's it. Oh, what?
All right, tomato juice is a Bloody Mary. V8 juice is a Bloody Caesar.
Fuck it. I just want to eat tomatoes.
You know, like
I'm
fried
just-
green tomatoes.
I love fried green. It's been a long time since I've had them, and I think the last time I had them, whoever cooked them had never cooked them before, and it had this weird grit to it.
Oh, they
But-
used cornmeal.
Yeah, and
I don't like
my father. Now he may have been a total fucking dickhead, but he could hella cook, and I mean, that kind of brought back a sad because like he's been with the woman that he's with now for like 6-7 years, seven or eight actually, and she does the majority of the cooking. And I went over there and he's like, "I'll cook you a steak," and I'm like, "Oh my god, yes, I'm there. I'm so there." I don't usually hang out with him, but he's like, "I'll cook for you a steak." Yes, I am on my way. And it was overcooked and kind of, I don't know, gamey or something. It was chewy. And I was like, what the fuck? Who cooked this? Well, I did. And I'm like, why did you do it like this? But the rest of my life, he's been an immaculate cook. And every year on my birthday, I would ask him to cook me either a steak or biscuits and gravy. Those are my birthday meals.
Yeah, I'm still stuck on the cornmeal.
That
Great.
you know what I'm talking about, like fried green tomatoes. You got the people that will use just the flour, and then you got people that will use the cornmeal. Oh,
I got some
I don't-
catfish at a catfish place last week, week before last. I think they fried it in cornmeal.
Oh,
and then it was bone into it. And I realized that, like, damn,
ooh,
I only had bone in catfish since I was a kid.
that's a double no.
Yeah.
Ah, no.
I'm gonna get the grit, and I'm gonna get stabbed in the mouth. No,
Ooh, my daddy taught me how to. That's one of the things he did teach me was how to clean a fish. And he took us fishing at one point. We caught a bunch of catfish. We didn't even know that catfish croaked before this day. And my sister, I walked up. I had been over at the bass pond. My grandfather had a friend that had 3 stock ponds, one with brim, one with catfish, one with bass. my father and I were hanging out at the bath, but weren't having any luck. So we'd go over to the catfish where my sisters were having hella luck using just hot dog weenies as bait.
Oh yeah.
And the youngest sister, Amber, she had caught the first one and the biggest thus far, and she was reeling one in whenever I got there, and I'm like, "Oh, what's up?" And she pulled it up, and it was only like this big, new baby catfish. And my grandfather said, "Oh, you gotta throw it back." And so she takes it, and she fucking rears back all the way, and it goes, and she chunked it. And at that point, the chunk had fear behind it because we had no fucking clue it was gonna make a noise. So. Yeah, but that farm was neat. There was one cow. It had a huge picture of a hamburger next to it. Like, remember what you could be, or remember your father or something. That kind of jazz. And he taught me how to clean a catfish and cut it and all that. And I remember my daddy used to, I don't know what he seasoned it with. I don't know what he cooked it in. I just know my daddy made the best catfish. I wouldn't eat any fish. I hate fish. My daddy's catfish, I would hella eat that.
Sounds like some good eating.
Yeah. And I need him to make me a gumbo soon.
Well, we are pushing a long time now.
A long time.
A lot longer than I thought it'd be.
Yeah, you were like, I don't think I can make it to an hour. And we're at, like,
Our ADD makes time stretch.
Yeah.
If you like, it's just like one thing after another comes up, and
The time can go by pretty quick if you don't feel awkward in a situation like this.
Yeah. And we all kind of loosened up about like half an hour into it. We feel more comfortable and chatting it up. But
my
we're
ass
just
isn't
like,
loose. My ass is numb right about now.
yeah, no, I hate sitting in these chairs for prolonged.
I keep forgetting to grab one with the bar.
I've
I've been doing the bicycle pedal the whole time.
I thought you had one earlier.
I'm just sitting here, like I got my feet propped up as high as I can get them. I got one toe, and then I have the other one tucked, and then I switch them. I'm just doing a back pedal.
Well, Cheetah Shine, it has been a pleasure having you here with us.
Pleasure being here.
Yeah, I'm happy we could go over as many funny subjects as we did. Oh, and I got to share that video you sent me this morning.
Oh yeah.
Thank you.
You didn't share it on your page, do you?
Not yet. I'll do that momentarily because a lot of my friends will be like, "Destiny, you're a saint. Thank you."
I think that was the extent of my 4th of July celebration. That and eating fucking smoked chicken.
Well, we have really enjoyed you being here. Thank you for joining us on the podcast and on YouTube. And
y'all be sure to go like, follow, subscribe, or whatever on share, chat about us. We got Facebook, we got the new YouTube that we still have one viewer on there. Hi, one. And we've got the audio for this will be released on Sunday. Like we said, we try to keep the Sunday schedule, and it'll be Sunday the 14th, and that'll come out on Spotify, iHeartRadio, and Amazon Music. So y'all just, I don't know, go talk about us, share some jazz. I'll probably pull some reels off of this and post them. Y'all give us more attention, damn it. Okay? We like attention.
Yes. We're comedians.
Yeah.
We want your attention. I want you to look at me.
Notice me, senpai. But y'all have a great day, okay? Y'all
bye.
Say bye. I did not mean to just do a drive-by on y'all. By the way, I hope nobody heard that.
Did you just fart?
I farted as soon as I walked past y'all. My bad. Oh, and it's on the live, yeah.
This is for me to keep, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can keep the tomato.
See back on.
Yes.